Star Wars collectors, and welcome to another Bossk Bounty video. And in this video I'm going to be reviewing the Star Wars The Vintage Collection Boba Fett in his Kenner colours. This is a Walmart exclusive, I want to say, in the US. Correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure it's one of the Walmart exclusives, along with the two comic book Boba Fetts. These have started to ship in the UK. I do have my hands on this one, and if you have ordered these through Star Action Figures, for example, then I expect these to ship probably tomorrow for you guys that have ordered from Star Action Figures. These were in very, very short supply in the UK. I was only able to order the one from Star Action Figures. I'm hoping mine will arrive from Pulse that I also ordered, because obviously I want to keep one carded. I am going to open this one up in this video, otherwise it wouldn't be a proper review, and we're going to be comparing them against the original Boba Fett and the original Kenner Boba Fett to see if they've got the paint scheme correct with the new figure. Alright then, so let's take a look at the card back. Now this is the original Boba Fett image on the Star Wars chase. In the Vintage Collection before, we've had this on a Empire Strikes Back card, we've had it on a Return of the Jedi card, and we've also had it on a Revenge of the Jedi card as well. So everything but the original Star Wars card. Here he is in his Kenner colours in the bubble, and this looks absolutely amazing. I just did a video, I think it dropped yesterday on the channel, with my worst to first of Vintage Collection figures in their Mandalorian armour, so if you want to check that out. And I purposely made that video before receiving this one because this one could be my favourite. You know, this, for me, this is something that represents something from my childhood on that Star Wars card, and it just looks amazing. On the back of the card, he is VC275, which you may or may not have known beforehand. If you check my website and the Vintage Collection checklist, which a link is in the description below, then you'll be able to see all of the card numbers and everything on there. There's some of the other figures. There's that most recent wave, or some of them anyway. You've got the Dark Times Vader on there as well, and a couple of other figures as well. And there's the Boba Fett. Look, Vintage Collection logo, Disney and Hasbro on the back. And yep, that's right. You're all screaming at me, don't open it, don't open it. But I am going to open it, this one, because I do have another one on the way to keep carded. So let's get it open and check out the figure. Okay then, so here he is out of the packaging. And I've got to say, he looks absolutely glorious. I think they've really nailed the paint scheme on the figure. As we know, it is a repaint of this Boba Fett here. This is the Return of the Jedi Boba Fett. And a great, great figure, this one. And this is simply a repaint. It's not the first time they've done it. You know, we've had the droids Boba Fett here as well. This Kenner version does not come with the soft goods cape, because he didn't when he was an actual figure as well. As we can see here, this guy did not come with a cape. But even the back of the figure as well. I'm just going to turn this guy around so you can see the paint scheme. And even the way they've painted the rocket pack there, they've matched up where the sort of bluey purple is around the rocket pack there with the red missile, and even like the knee pads and the backs of his gauntlets, all exactly the same. They've absolutely nailed it. I don't really think that my Kenner Fett is in particularly amazing shape. I think he'll do, basically, maybe upgrade him one day, but he looks pretty good. Most of the paintwork seems to be there and looks pretty good. But as I said, this one's a repaint of that one. So now you've seen all three of them together, we'll take a really close look at the new Kenner Boba Fett. Alright then, so here you can see the figure up close, and you can see that the paintwork there on the helmet is done pretty nicely. It don't seem to have too much overspill or anything like that on there. They've done that pretty well. As you will probably know and remember, on the original figure, the rangefinder does not move, which I think you know, was a big mistake for that Return of the Jedi Boba Fett. If you want to make it absolutely definitive, then you give him a working rangefinder. You have the little dent on the helmet there, and then as we go down, you can see the green on the chest plate. And as I say, I think they've nailed the colours absolutely perfectly. You have the shoulder pads there with no mythosaur on them, because you did not get that on the Kenner version. And they just recreated those Kenner colours on this updated Return of the Jedi Boba Fett sculpt, which is absolutely awesome. And of course, you've got his blaster there. That is the blaster that he comes with for the Return of the Jedi version. The original Kenner version was famous for coming with a Stormtrooper blaster. So I think I would have been a little bit disappointed if it did have a Stormtrooper blaster. I'm glad they've kept that. So it's like, you know, a modern sculpt with a modern blaster, modern jetpack and everything. but just in the Kenner colours. And I absolutely love this. This is going to look so good on the shelf. So I'm going to be a little bit presumptuous here and say that I think that most of you that are watching this video are probably going to keep this one carded. I think it really does suit carded collectors. At the end of the day, the figure itself doesn't really go with any other figures, but for me, I wanted one loose and carded, and I just think it's a really nice one to have on the shelf. Plenty of nostalgia feels when we're looking at this one. In terms of articulation, of course, it's using the Return of the Jedi Boba Fett sculpt. So if you haven't got that figure already, or if you want to know the articulation, then I will leave a card up here for a link to my Return of the Jedi Boba Fett review, so you can watch the articulation in then. I don't think it's really worth me going through it in this video. Just wanted to give you a good look at the figure itself. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Have you ordered this one? Are you looking forward to it? Have you received yours already? Let me know in the comment section below, and I thank you all for watching. Thank you to my Patreon supporters and channel members, and we shall see you on the next one.